This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And Grace gets to show us yet another Thanksgiving or at least fall activity event that goes down in a classic animated show today. I'm very excited. In her last episode, she got super clever with it. Honestly, kind of threw me for a loop doing the dog show. So I'm not expecting anything today. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll get a nice Thanksgiving feast. But knowing Grace, she's more clever than I am. So I'm just going to sit back and wait for her to surprise me. So
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Alexis, for my second Thanksgiving / fall episode, I picked it primarily on the name, even though the name does not really, well, I guess it kind of has to do with the episode, but not fully. But it's called Homeward, Hound. So, of course, a reference to cinematic masterpiece, global sensation, generational rocking.
Yes.
Isn't it
life-altering? It is.
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound, man. I haven't seen that movie in so long. A lot of memories coming back right now.
I don't think I'm emotionally
stable enough
to watch that. I was more emotionally stable as a child.
I was going to say, my whole vibe just changed as soon as you mentioned
I just said it doesn't have to do with that, though.
Okay, good.
There's no dog in a pit who needs to be rescued by another one. Yeah, truly traumatizing in the best way possible, life-forming movie. But alas, we won't be talking about that film.
Okay.
But we'll be talking about another generational altering masterpiece, life-rocking show, which is Scooby-Doo.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yes. Now that I agree with, without a doubt.
Yes. Multiple generations, in fact.
Yes.
And this iteration, because as we know from our many Scooby-Doo mentions and arcs, which I guess we've only done one actual arc of Scooby-Doo, which is our first one, but it pops in every single holiday.
Literally, we continuously cover it. And did the Scooby-Doo movie for episode 101 and 100 or 100, 101. Yeah. So.
Yep. Can't stop won't stop. It was our.
But I mean, not saying that we shouldn't do another arc in the future.
Yes, but it does continually come up in the best way.
Mm-hmm.
And so this iteration, we're doing season 2, episode 7 of What's New Scooby-Doo, which is the early 2000s iteration with, of course, some of you may recall, the iconic Simple Plan Scooby-Doo theme song. It's so good. And I will say Simple Plan, they lean into it. They make so many reels of them doing the Scooby, their theme song of this, including one in a full head-to-toe Scooby-Doo mascot outfit.
Oh, wait, no, that I haven't seen.
I'll send it to you.
Please do.
I'll post it if I remember for this episode. I won't remember.
They were in a couple of episodes, too. That's
right.
Yeah, so they were, like you said, they were all in.
Yes, it was
they were part of the Scooby-Doo universe now.
Yes, they're canon.
Makes me very happy. They're canon. Exactly.
Yes. So, anyways, we start off with our gang, Shaggy, Scooby, Velma, Daphne, Fred, in the Mystery Machine, headed towards, we learn, Fred's uncle's house. They're going to go visit him. Mrs. the Count Von Jones, apparently.
Oh.
And he's explaining to the gang, I know Fred's apparently a fancy boy.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure they all come from money besides Velma.
Yeah, true. I think you're right.
Even Shaggy, I think.
Daphne just has the most money.
Yes.
She's at a B in front of that bank account, and they just have M's, you know? That kind of
Fred and Shaggy are regular rich, and then Daphne's just ridiculous rich.
Yes, capital R rich situation, which is why we the contrast is there for us.
Exactly.
So he's explaining to the gang where exactly his uncle lives as they're driving through a cemetery. He's like, it's kind of in a castle, an abandoned castle. It's kind of in the middle of the woods, but it's not isolated because there's a factory across the street that used to make coffins.
Oh, how welcoming. Oh, wow. Seriously.
Welcome home.
Of all things.
And
he's like, yeah, this is totally chill, guys. You'll love this town.
You'll love this scene. Shaggy is on our page and says, "It's like we aren't even trying to wait for the monsters to find us anymore, man."
Yeah.
Um, and more understandably and hilariously, no one but Fred is excited for this visit. So, thinking fast, Daphne, I think it's Daphne, gets out a laptop. And I guess they have early days hotspot because this is the early 2000s.
Oh,
And she's
yeah.
clearly Googling what to do this weekend in your town, like websites. Because she immediately finds another thing to do in town instead of going to Fred's uncle's house, which everybody but Fred is like, yeah, let's do that instead, Fred. Sorry. So,
Aw, what?
we don't go to his uncle's house this episode.
Oh, they don't even do that?
They just straight up are like, we're not going, Fred.
Poor Freddie. Okay. He's
funny.
like so soft too, where he's just like, oh, okay, even though he's the one driving.
Yeah.
Like that's literally why they're even on the way there. At that point, like, fuck you guys, no, we're going. Like, what are you talking about? We're not going. I already told him we're coming.
He already
but Fred's just like, oh, okay, never mind, Daphne, we'll do whatever you want to do.
That's essentially the energy of just like, oh, okay. And they all just like pile on this new idea and are just like, yeah, bye. Which I will say, like, they still need a place to stay at some point. So, like, maybe they go. We just don't see it in this episode.
Daphne's rich. She's capital R rich. She'll buy a place for them to stay.
She'll be like,
she'll buy a hotel.
This home, oh, I'll pay for it in cash. Thank you. Yeah, this hotel, cash. I'll sell it back to you tomorrow, but the price will go up.
We just need it for the night. Thanks.
Yeah. So that event that they decide to go to instead, Alexis, it's another dog show.
Oh gosh, of course. So you're as clever as you were last time.
Yeah, I did not increase nor did I decrease. I said I had one idea for this arc this year,
nice,
and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, nice.
So, yes, there will be more dog show stories woven throughout this. I can't totally remember where I put them in my script, but buckle up. But until we get to those, actual stories of crime within dog shows is the topic we'll touch on later. For now,
interesting.
Yes, we'll just head to the International Dog Show taking place in whatever town they're currently in that Fred's uncle lives in, the Von Jones town, I guess. And we see lots of fancy dogs all around getting pampered and groomed backstage and out rehearsing on the like arena stadium floor. And the gang's having fun looking at all these dogs. Scooby is focused, of course, on all the treats that all these fancy dogs are getting. When Shaggy sees someone he knows. So I'm actually assuming that Fred's uncle lives like a town over. They just never go to this town or something like that.
Yeah.
But Shaggy calls to a woman, like kind of over in the crowd. And we see her like light up in happiness when she sees Shaggy. That's a very hard three-word
That is.
She sees Shaggy. And she runs up to give him a big hug. And we learn that this is his old friend, Meadow, who, simply put, is like an aura reading hippie energy. Like, she's right up Shaggy's friendship alley. She's got bell bottoms on, like a canvas purse with flowers on it, long blonde middle parted hair, a blue flowy top, bright blue eyes, a peace sign necklace. I can't remember if she's got, like the little headband on or not either, but
might as well.
Straight from like, anywhere between 68 and 72 energy happening for this woman.
Yeah.
She also speaks exactly like she is just stoned to the bone all the time. Again, clearly Shaggy's friend. And when she starts talking, I was like...
That's why he was excited to see her. He's like, oh, nice. You probably got you brought some with you, didn't you?
Fred made me not bring any going to his uncle's house. He's like really strict apparently, but like, hey girl, want to make this dog show even more fun?
Yes.
So when she starts speaking, I was like, her voice sounds so familiar. So obviously I went and looked up who the actress is who plays Meadow. It's our one and only incredible Jennifer Hale, who is Sam and
Oh,
Mandy and
nice.
Totally Spies.
Yeah,
I also
of
realized
course.
Avatar Kyoshi in Avatar and Korra. So,
Oh,
or like she's Avatar
oh.
Kyoshi in like both
In
of
both
those
of them. Yeah.
shows.
For a
Yeah.
second, I thought you did mean Cora, and I was like, wait, no, that wouldn't make
No, I
sense.
realized when
Well,
I
I
said it
mean,
like
it
that, I
wouldn't
like
not, but
emphasized it totally
yeah,
incorrectly. She's Avatar Kyoshi.
yeah,
And basically like a shitload of other things, including video games. And we love Jennifer
yeah.
Hale. She's incredible.
Hmm.
So she and Shaggy are catching up. I'm sure we know what that means.
Yeah, yeah. Little
Right in
hot
the middle of the
box.
stock show arena.
Oh no, not even hot boxes.
I
You know
mean,
what?
I should
They're
probably bake some
progressive.
brownies or something.
Yeah, edibles
So
are yeah.
yeah, they're catching up and the gang rejoins them. And they all seem to like know her too, at least a little bit through Shaggy. And Shaggy asks what Meadow's doing at the dog show. And as she does that, Scooby is like sniffing her bag, thinking, there's obviously treats in there, maybe some
Guess.
brownies.
Uh-huh.
But instead, what pops out is like a little tiny white dog who, in
Oh.
classic, stereotypical small dog syndrome, is like snarling and growling at
Yeah.
Scooby. And Meadow grabs the little dog, like scoops her out, like basically like almost barely bigger than her palm, like a Paris Hilton
Oh.
sized dog situation.
Okay.
And in
Little
classic
toy
small dog
thing.
behavior, yeah, it's a little toy pup. Classic small dog behavior. Also, the dog immediately just starts giving her lots of little kisses, like, I didn't do anything
Oh.
wrong. I'm just a
You've
little
never done anything
angel.
wrong in your entire life, little toy dog.
Little Milady Moonbeam, which is this dog's name.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually adorable.
I
Meadow
know.
and Moonbeam. I mean, come
I
on.
know. I was like, just call her a little moon for short. It is very cute.
Oh, or
Yeah.
little beam. Beamy. Oh.
Okay, yes. Take it. We're taking it. Actually, that's a good name for any dog, Moonbeam.
It is, yes.
And yes, Moonbeam is obviously her dog, and she has actually entered Moonbeam into the dog show, which is why she's there.
Gotcha.
But
in this satchel or bag, whatever.
She can't lose her before the show. She's so small.
Clearly getting in the mindset. Yeah.
Meadow obviously doesn't believe in leashes either, and so that dog could be gone in a heartbeat in this huge crowd. There's other dogs here. She's like, I got it.
Trampled. Mm-hmm.
She could get trampled any second now. But actually, the reason she's probably keeping under her bag is she explains to the gang that she's actually not sure if she's gonna like go through with it and actually like have Moonbeam compete because the dog show the last couple days, like in rehearsals and stuff, and kind of like the prelims, I guess, has been terrorized by a monster, and she's thinking it's not so safe to actually stay and put Moonbeam at risk here, and like they should probably actually also leave because it's kind of scary.
Oh.
So casual.
Good thing you guys are here, Mystery Hank.
Fred's probably like, we could have been at my uncle's house.
They run it into mysteries wherever. It doesn't matter. They can create a mystery out of nothing. So even at their uncle, especially if he's some great rich old guy, like, they would create some ghost story to.
Right. Fred would just be being like, guys, I'm trying to have a nice weekend with my uncle. And they'd be like, did you hear that? There's probably a ghost.
We think that butler is trying to get your uncle's inheritance, Fred. Like, they would make up something.
Exactly. They would go all in for sure.
Assault the butler for nothing.
Yeah, Fred. This is actually like they went to Uncle Von Jones's house, like when Fred was a kid, a la pup named Scooby-Doo, and like destroyed the house. And so they've been like estranged until they reconnected recently. And Fred's like, I promise we've changed.
Please. I'm trying.
We won't do that again.
And it's the first thing they do. Yeah. The first time he sees him since then.
Yeah, exactly. Just immediately has to go right back out the house.
Yep.
So we see a brief like flashback, basically, like a brief clip of this so-called monster, which we did see at the beginning of the episode. I'm just choosing to tell you about it now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and
Thanks.
It's a flashback.
Thanks for making me wait.
I didn't want to reveal immediately that we were at a dog show. I had to get like
fair
45 seconds in first. So we see the day before at the dog show, it's backstage, and we see there's like, the like electric box basically for this like stadium arena place getting slashed by a long set of claws, which cuts the lights in all of the arena. And naturally, the dogs start howling, people start freaking out, but the chaos truly erupts when down on the arena floor, an enormous cat monster leaps down and starts chasing the dogs. Our last two holiday arcs, we're really not, helping out the cats of this world with.
No, we're not. We're pretty not sympathetic to them as much as we love them. But that's wow. Okay, go ahead. I just have a lot of thoughts. Cat monster. Of course, interrupting a dog show.
Yeah. Pretty on brand, essentially.
It speaks for itself. I don't need to say anything else. Just leave it at that. Yeah.
But I will say, I at first thought it was like a werewolf because it walks on. It's like huge. It's like bigger than people are. It walks on its back legs, but it can jump on all fours like a panther. It's got a really big upper body situation. So maybe it's a were-panther.
Another werecat
situation. Yeah, it is very funny now with you having just done Zombie Island for Halloween art. I was they used almost the same animation for they made it a little less scary for this. It's a little fluffier, but a very similar.
But it basically looks like the werecats from Zombie Island.
Exactly. Yeah. They kind of just took that and were we'll tone it down from the anime scariness of it and put it into more of our Hanna-Barbera, a little more family friendly.
What was a monster that hit recently? What? Oh, the werecats, Zombie Island. Ooh, but that's maybe a little too scary for TV, for daytime TV. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll tone it down for an episode, not a movie. Status. But so it's got, the very sharp teeth, bright yellow eyes. It is also, it's kind of more like a Hulk panther because it is able to smash tables, throw podiums across the room. But very interestingly, it's not necessarily going after the dogs. It seems to be searching for things as it's prowling through the dark. It's not just randomly terrorizing the dogs and their owners, but it seems to be on a mission.
It's a werecat with a plan.
With a plan. You hate to see it happen.
Yeah. They're intelligent.
Any cat with a plan, watch out.
Premeditated.
Yeah, whatever's about to happen, premeditation is clearly the CCTV will show.
Yeah.
So back in, current moment, the next day, the current day, Meadow is explaining all of this, and she's pretty shocked that everyone came back today. But it seems like there are some type of rumors going around, everyone's a little on edge. It seems like there are rumors that the show might be canceled. And she's pretty much in agreement with that. If they can't keep my dog, my dear Moonbeam, safe, then this shouldn't be happening, which
exactly.
I agree.
It's a dog show. Yeah.
Yeah. And a monster cat is running through it. Had already terrorized yesterday.
That's beyond the point of needing to cancel something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not, this isn't in a gray area of let's just increase security. Yeah, this is literally a crime scene. People probably almost died when he attacked.
Yeah,
too.
I'm sure throwing furniture.
Attempted murder.
Yeah.
People are getting hurt. Dogs are getting...
someone probably twisted an ankle here and there. The dogs are traumatized.
The set's destroyed. Didn't you say,
they'd stay up all night. Where's the workers union, that carpentry union? They didn't want to stay up all night rebuilding this set. And yet they have
seems
for this dog show.
At a minimum, it should be postponed. This dog show.
At least a couple days.
At a soft minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, soft minimum.
Anyways.
But the gang, however... like you said, looking for any excuse to solve a mystery, any excuse not to go to Fred's uncle's creepy house is well, we'll stay and solve this mystery. Let the show go on. So they start by doing some interviews around the dog show. Of course, get some eyewitness testimony of what happened during this monster attack. So first they meet Sylvie. Sylvie, she is the top dog groomer at the dog show. We meet her backstage. She's currently grooming a poodle. She's getting some inspo for this poodle's cut, clearly from her own hair, which is big and blonde and curly and puffy. Because as Dolly Parton says, and she is giving in her hair, Dolly Parton, the higher the hair, the closer to God, baby.
You know what? And Dolly is never wrong. So at first I was judging Sylvie, but thank you for reminding me of that important lesson from Dolly. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
She's right.
Sylvie just increases in her, I don't know, she's fabulous. She is Simply Sylvie. She's wearing like
Simply Sylvie. Okay.
That's the name of a Hallmark movie, like ABC Family show, a Lifetime film.
Exactly, about a middle-aged woman, or maybe maybe 40s or something, recently divorced, getting back out there, finding her life again.
A very chunky sweater she's wrapping around herself, staring out a window.
Sipping wine, of course.
Yeah, exactly, with her glass of wine.
Yeah.
Except
pondering,
right now,
just wondering.
Right now, this Sylvie would have to do some cleaning up before she got to the Lifetime movie, because she's wearing a pink, it reminds me of in Greece, the beauty school dropout energy of a fit. And Sylvie absolutely smokes 8 packs a day.
Can you tell from the voice? Is it her voice? Yes. Or is it, no, she just looks like it?
No, she did that voice, and she immediately, we hear the voice because she immediately starts flirting with Fred.
Oh.
She wants to give him a personal session for a haircut.
Ooh.
She's like, oh, honey, I could really clean that up. Look at those beautiful blonde locks here. She's in love with Fred. And
Fred's probably just
Fred, you know what? We will say we give Fred a hard time in this show. Fred isn't always our shining joy. Fred in this episode, he's really having a hard day.
Poor boy. He's like, I just wanted to make amends with my uncle.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a phone. It's 2000. I don't have a cell phone to go call him. I need to call my uncle and tell him I guess we're not coming. He's just having a hard day. And the gang is not helping. They're like, Fred, this is so funny. This lady is flirting with you. We're not helping you. And then they're like, also, Sylvie, you're a dog groomer. You can't cut Fred's hair, which I think maybe Daphne says. Insult. Yeah, because Daphne, one, can be rude. Two, I think she's like, okay, this is a little too much. He is my man still. This was funny for a second, Sylvie, but back off.
Stop saying he's a dog.
which I think Sylvie should have looked at Fred and said, I know you, dog, you. But she doesn't.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Oh, well. So instead, yes, she's like, yeah, okay, you're right. I guess in the hair grooming world, there is a big divide. She's like, technically, yes, I am a dog groomer. It's my dream to be a stylist for people, though. But they won't have me. Even though I'm the top dog groomer on the circuit, it's not enough on my resume.
I feel like she's leaving something out of the story there. If you want to be a hairstylist for humans, just be a hairstylist for humans. That's not something that it's they won't let me because it's because of what? Your unorthodox ways? What did you do to somebody? Just stop being a dog groomer and go get your cosmetology license. What are you talking about? They won't let you.
You already have the scissors and stuff. Change your shampoos, I guess.
She's probably I have to pass a health inspection or something. It's yeah, that's.
Are you not right now?
That's part of
expensive ass dogs.
Yeah, I feel like that's an unreasonable gripe. They won't let me be a hairstylist. Who won't let you?
Did you try to be a hairstylist and they said no, and so now you became a dog stylist? Did you go to dog and trying to go to human? I think it's like Sylvie like doesn't want to have to like start at the bottom rung to be like, here's what human layers look like type of thing. And she just wants to go straight to the top right away. She's like, because she's doing like celebrity dog hair, she thinks she should go also right to the stars. And everyone's like, who are you?
Dog. I'm a human. That's a dog.
But like, you know what?
She could like do celebrity dogs though. Like,
that's not the same, Alexis.
I know. I'm crazy.
You're the exact type of ignorant person who doesn't know that dog hair and human hair is
I'm the reason Sylvie hates. Exactly. I'm the reason Sylvie hates whoever it is that's stopping her from being a hairstylist. It's my exact type. Sorry.
I mean, here's the thing. I also was like, when my hair gets puffy, it looks like a poodle's. What's the difference?
Oh. Yeah, I'd let a dog stylist do my hair. Sure.
You know?
I mean, honestly, I mean, if they're good at doing hair, it's fine. I don't think they should like have a cosmetology license, but like, sure, like I let my cousins or something do my hair and they don't have licenses. Like they just do my hair.
I cut Justin's hair sometimes.
I do my hair. Like, I don't know how to style a dog and I do my own hair. So like, sure, I would let a dog stylist, but it just seems like a weird
the ratio
thing to be mad about.
Here's the thing. I would so much rather do a dog's hair than a person's hair. Like the people are going to talk to you the whole time. They're going to tell you about their life and their problems.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I don't think so. I want to listen to a podcast and do a dog's hair.
Yeah.
So
no problems. Anyways, sorry about that little tangent.
Here's the thing though, is that part of it I think is in Sylvie's head. I also think that Sylvie knows that in the dog world, she's hot shit. And she's just like looking, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe you'll know like the word or like description I'm looking for. But it's basically like, they need me here in the dog world. Because she is basically like, I am just too damn good at my job here. Yeah. And she points to this poodle and she's like, oh, you think this poodle's nice? You think this poodle's nice? This poodle's nothing. It's
oh God, I forgot about the smoker's voice.
This poodle, she's trash. Her best work.
She's basically like, so she's basically thinking, oh my God, if I left this and became a hairstylist, this whole world it would all fall apart. They need me. You don't even know how much you need me. Okay.
You know what? The hairstylist that asked me to come to him, but I can't.
I can't leave him behind.
Too bad.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because this poodle, apparently, who's beautiful, is nothing for Sylvie. Her best work is on Chrissy. And Chrissy is the dog show's current it girl, the defending champion, the favorite to win again. So they don't get any helpful information from Sylvie about the cat attack. But we meet Sylvie still, I guess. She was just like
to her, but okay.
Yeah, like too busy doing that. She's probably insulting the cat's hair and couldn't even notice it was a monster. She was just like, anyone who's got bad hair is a monster to me.
I've seen a whole lot of monsters at this dog show.
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
That cat is the least of their worries.
She looks at like if Velma gives her an up down.
Yeah. Looks at Scooby, unfortunately. She totally is judging Scooby. Like,
from the second he walked over here.
Yes.
So instead, they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll go meet Chrissy then, this like the it girl, because everyone's talking about her. Who's that girl?
That girl. Why did I also just think of that song? Oh my gosh.
Winning the dog show again.
La 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 la.
So Chrissy is a golden retriever who is currently laying like the queen that she is. She's literally in like a purple velvet like litter, you know, like they carry people on.
Of course.
With her actual litter, because she's got 6 puppies just crawling all around her. Like
Dang,
sweet little
good for
babies.
her.
Which, yes, I
Being
love
the
this
it
message.
girl right after even having like
Yes,
a litter
moms
of
can do it
puppies.
all.
Yes, let's go.
Unstoppable.
Scooby-Doo. What a good show.
So many good messages. We love this show. God damn it. So Chrissy is wagging her tail when Scooby and the gang come over, and all the puppies are just like, they're like in the puppy phase of just like being a roly-poly, essentially. Just like beat bopping, booping around.
Booping around. Oh.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're like immediately like trying to say hi to all the little gang. There's like little potatoes. And as they're like saying hi and petting the pups, a man with like a very sharp looking suit walks up with black hair and thick brows, and he introduces himself as Mr. B. And he is Chrissy's owner. And is like, please, 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 no autographs for Chrissy. Just kidding. Of course, come and meet Chrissy. She's my little star.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Everyone, you thought Sylvie was extra? Everyone in this dog world is extra.
Of course.
Alexis, everyone is. So he kneels down by Chrissy and is petting her, and he's, petting all the pups. And he's explaining to the gang that these puppies he actually nicknamed the Secret Six, because he didn't realize Chrissy was pregnant until all of a sudden.
I was also thinking as we were saying, like, look at her being the it girl as a new mother and everything. Also, it's like, oh, and she's a single mother. We're like, is there a man in the picture? You know what? No, we don't need to worry about it. We don't need to ask. And we still love Chrissy, and she's still celebrated. Again, just
Chrissy
proving how great this show is.
No man.
And y'all don't need to know or even need to ask who the father is. It doesn't matter. Chrissy is doing her own thing, and she's a winner.
Chrissy does it all.
She does it all.
Raises these kids into champions as well. At least that's Mr. B's hope. Because he was like, oh my God, she had puppies? Incredible. You will all be champions as well, just like your mother. It's about to be a stage mom situation, I think.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because you mentioned the dad thing, because I'm like, in the dog show world, like you need to know who the baby daddy is for like the pedigree and stuff. There's like so much paperwork in dog show stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe he does know who the puppy daddy is, but like, he doesn't need to come to the show.
No,
he was there for one purpose. And that was
Exactly.
Paperwork.
He's on his own now. Yeah, he's out doing paperwork. Who cares about that? But also, it would be kind of crazy for
such paperwork.
It's funny because, like, as a breeder or as a trainer, you think like you would know if the dog was pregnant, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I had no clue she was pregnant. Like, you are not good at your job, sir. It's literally like your job, but okay.
Yeah, anyways. To like ensure of what's happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Again, Mr. B, he's doing his own thing, I guess, but does love these dogs.
He's too busy making money.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't sad about this. So we meet all the puppies, and I can only imagine that Mr. B had some kids who named these puppies, because the names are really all over the place. We're going to go through that. Okay. I'm going to collectively call them the puppies, but these names are just literally insane.
Oh, God. Okay.
We've got, it's spelled Maze, but I think it's maybe supposed to be Maisie. It's Maize, which is Maze, but
Maze.
Yeah, maybe Maisie.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're going to say Maze because it's a fall episode. Jingle.
Okay.
Okay.
Knox. Knox.
That's actually a good name. Kind of like
cute.
That. Yeah.
And they were like, we love an X at the end. So we did.
Yeah.
Flax.
Oh, like flaxseed?
Okay.
So you like how making an association with every one of these names is that just like, oh, like this, like that. Okay.
Okay. I guess those are like the core one of his kids, because then we've got 14 Carat.
No way. You're absolutely kidding me right now.
And then we've got Bling Bling.
No. Okay. So
each writer got to name one.
Knox, 14 Carat, and Bling Bling. Those three like gold. The other
Flax,
ones I
Jingle, and Maze are going to be farm dogs.
Jingle's going to be like a work dog, like a utility dog.
Exactly. The other three are going to be the show dogs, and these other three are going to be like they're going to go work on a farm and have a great life still, but they're not going to be show dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
14 karat and bling bling. You've got to be kidding me. God.
That's why I say this for last.
His grandkids name them, or his little kids. Just stupid. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay,
They're like, no, we're absolutely, yeah, we're gonna call them bling bling. We're not gonna call them bling bling. That's so stupid.
God, my children are idiots. My grandkids
Good thing they're
stupid.
rich.
Yeah. So Mr. B has to go do other things for the show, so he leaves the gang with Chrissy and the puppies, knowing that she's in good hands because it's Mr. Ink, of course. But also at this point, the puppies are like crawling all over Scooby, and like they're like chomping on him, like tugging at his ears. I know. I was about to be like, Chrissy is giving him the eyes, and I think they just met their dad. You are daddy.
Scooby's like, I'm way too high for this shit.
Yeah, Scooby's like, what are these things? What are these little aliens? What are these potatoes? Are these baked potatoes? They're so soft.
Can I eat these? Oh, wait, nope.
Nope. Someone got mad.
Oh, gosh.
As Scooby's learning about fatherhood, an announcer comes over the PA and says that the first round of the day is about to begin. So people start gathering in the arena. And just as the dogs for this round start walking out kind of on the show floor, once again, the lights cut out. And everyone hears a huge roar echoing through the arena. And the gang, who had at this point gone out to see the dog show, run down onto the arena. Scooby had stayed back with Chrissy and the pups, just so we know that there's a little separation here.
He's their father.
Exactly, because he can't leave. He just has all this responsibility now.
Yeah.
He couldn't find a babysitter. He doesn't have time to go to a show.
Right. He has to do joint parenting. It's tough.
He's sleep deprived.
Yes.
So the gang is running down onto the floor just as this cat creature leaps down from above and into the center of the arena, where it promptly starts destroying things left and right. Again, flipping tables, chomping at anyone who's in their way. And again, this episode is a pro-Fred episode because Fred just immediately tackles the cat creature to the floor.
Damn.
Like,
okay, Freddie.
Fully throws himself at it, and they are fully starting to wrestle in this arena, giving people the chance to evacuate. Like, kind of being a hero.
He has a lot of pent-up anger from the way things are going.
He's like at everyone.
Finally. He's gonna be so chill for the rest of the episode after this because he just really needed to get this out.
Get this shit out now.
Yeah.
I think you're right, because Fred is fighting dirty. He rips the cat hair out. He's like tearing at it, like chunks of cat hair. Okay. Yeah, Fred he's like, I've been walked over too many times.
This is cathartic for him. Yeah.
Finally the straw that broke Fred's back.
Yes.
So it just pisses the cat off more, though. And unfortunately, after like a minute of tussling, it is able to get away from Fred, kind of throw him off, and it runs out from the arena and runs backstage. So I guess Fred did scare him. And then kind of fuck him up a little bit. And as this is happening, backstage with Scooby and Chrissy and the puppies, while the fight is happening up there and people are sprinting out and evacuating, two men with the classic high turtleneck and a trench coat situation and dark hair, we do see their faces, come back to where Scooby and Chrissy are. Scooby and Chrissy immediately start standing guard in front of the puppies, with Scooby fully accepting his responsibility now. He stands in front of Chrissy too and is growling and barking at the men.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Scooby. Man, okay. He's like, I guess I'm a dad now. I guess I'm a dad and a husband.
Dads do. Yeah. Guess this is my fatherly role now.
Yeah.
But despite this is like low-key kind of scary and like aggressive for Scooby-Doo. The two men like grab Scooby and Chrissy by the collar and throw them down the hall, like away from them, just like yank them out of the way, which I was like, this is they don't ever like hurt Scooby in this show.
Yeah.
Like, dang. Hurt Scooby in this show.
Yeah.
Like, dang. So as they get back up and start to run back over Scooby and Chrissy, it's too late because the men have thrown all of the puppies fully 101 Dalmatian style into a burlap sack and start to run out.
Uh-oh.
But Scooby chases them at this point. And like I will say the puppies like were trying to like run out too. Like they escaped from they had like multiple like 2 burlap sacks. Like one of them they kind of like chewed out of and like got some shreds of it everywhere. But then they had a backup, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay. They put them into the backup and sprinted out. These
villains are a little too good.
Yeah, they had a plan here. Mm-hmm. And Scooby chases them out, but is cut off when Scooby comes face to face with another big brown Great Dane who is currently growling right in Scooby's face. And Scooby evades them and runs after the men, who at this point, they're like, okay, Scooby, this Great Dane is chasing us. He's obviously going to keep following us. He's going to be a problem. They just clock Scooby right in the head, put him in another sack, and take him out with the puppies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Scooby's now kidnapped as well.
Yeah.
Dog napped.
And damn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't think they usually show him actually getting hurt and stuff. You say they hit him in the head?
Yeah, they clock him in the head, I'm pretty sure, and take him with them. So by now, the rest of the arena, which is in total absolute chaos.
Yeah, should have canceled. But I mean, not like anyone suggested that at any point in this episode.
Why didn't they call us? Why isn't every dog show called us for consultation?
Where's Meadow? Where'd she go? You know?
Yeah, she probably got the fuck out.
That's her name, right? Meadow? Yeah.
Yes, Meadow. Yeah. Moonbeam's the dog. Meadow's the human.
She's like driving away like, I told you.
I'm calling the police right now.
Yep.
So, yes, the cat creature is cleared out. It's chaos. They're assessing the damage. When we hear a howl and a shout, and we see that Chrissy had run, much like my dog shouting.
I hear dogs
downstairs right now.
Here they come.
It's another dog customer. There's a cat creature. They're protecting this house. So, yes, by now the cat creature's cleared out. They're assessing the damage. Chrissy went and got Mr. B, who followed her to see that the puppies are all gone. And the gang, and they run back out to tell the gang, who's still in the middle of the arena. But interestingly, they do tell the gang, and they don't see anything wrong with the gang, including the brown Great Dane who's sitting by them, like normal, a part of the gang. But it's much more stoic than our Great Dane usually is, the one who has been kidnapped. So we know that this other Great Dane, who is growling at Chrissy, is not our Scooby, obviously. Yeah. But yes, the gang vows to find these puppies. So we're going to pause here. Yes.
Okay.
Well, the gang says they'll find the puppies.
Yeah. I guess I'm just wondering. So this other Great Dane, it's just still sitting by them, even though, I mean, who's its owner? Where? It's just like, I guess I'll just sit by these humans.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, this is me now. I will say it is
this is me now.
This is me now. That's the tagline for Simply Sylvie. This is me now.
Oh, amazing.
No, I think you do get the sense that this is a bad Great Dane. It kind of came with the dog nappers.
Okay,
a little bit. It's and we'll see.
A plant, if you will.
Yes, exactly. It's very serious. It's very stoic. It is not a friendly Great Dane. Mm-hmm. But before we see more of this, imposter Scooby and the dog nappers, let's pause to talk about more dog show things, IRL.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I was Googling around for just dog show drama, obviously, but not again, the purebred kind of stuff or treatment of these dogs, because this is not that type of podcast and I don't want to get into that. But instead, the drama that has occurred at dog shows And
The
Alexis,
competition? Yeah.
I read a separate article for this. This is how intense this story is. I went to Vanity Fair and read a
Oh.
2016 article by Mark Seal entitled The Dark Underside of the Dog Show World.
Mm.
And I'm going to recap it, but literally, you must read this article. It is fucking insane
Okay.
for all the details. I make it sound very fun, but a quick trigger warning, it does have to do with a dog's death and perhaps even murder.
Oh, of
So,
murder of the dog?
yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Yeah.
buckle up.
Um,
Alexis hates this story.
I
I,
I just, well, it's just, I know how things get when there's judging and competition and prizes involved, just
yes,
like stories about other sports and events and
yes,
stuff that I've heard. And so I
the
guess I've
same.
never really thought that that applied to the dog show world. And it's now
Yes.
making me very upset.
It's because of
So,
the dog show world,
okay.
but people are involved and people be
And people are gonna
crazy.
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
one
That
thing that
same,
there's one constant in life. People are
yeah,
gonna people.
people are gonna people, and they sure do here.
Yeah.
So, Alexis, only hours after getting second place in his breed at Crufts, which is a like 125-year-old dog show in England.
Okay. It sounds prestigious.
Yes. Jagger or Jaeger, I guess it's Jagger because it's in England, Mick Jagger,
Okay.
who is an Irish setter, died violently back at his home in Belgium. Okay, so maybe Jaeger actually, whatever.
Yeah.
Jaeger slash Jagger. Yeah, Jagger.
Oh, Jay.
But they do an autopsy of dear Jagger.
Yeah.
And this autopsy shows that pieces of beef in his stomach had poison stuffed inside of them.
No.
And the dog show world erupts into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Because every moment of sorry, I want to say Jaeger because Katie Alvers's dog is named Jaeger. So I
Oh,
keep saying Jaeger, but it's written Jagger, and so I'm like
okay.
Jagger. Jaeger spelled
Jagger.
slightly differently.
Jagger. Yeah.
Yeah, so every moment of his movements is well known from the moment they headed to the dog show to the moment they got home. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, it wasn't just his movements who they knew because he's a very prized dog, but also his half brother, another Irish setter who had won Best in Breed that day. They track every single movement of these dogs because like they are worth a lot of money. They know what trains they got on. They know like where they were within the dog show at every moment. They're like so monitored.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because why was only one of these two brothers targeted? Why was only Jagger
Hmm.
targeted?
Yeah.
Had they both been targeted, but only the other setter survived? And of course, outpourings of outrage came in full, with other exhibitors at the dog show now suddenly being fearful that their dogs too may have been poisoned at the Cruft show.
Yeah.
If not a lethal dosage, at least enough to try and mess up their chances, perhaps
Yeah.
sabotage. And
Ooh.
part of the issue in figuring this out, even though all of the dogs' like movements are monitored, is that this year at the Cruft show, more than 160,000 people had come through to see the show.
Wow.
From like spectators to
Yeah.
groomers to like trainers to press to judges, like
Yeah.
to probably vets on site.
But
And
certainly they didn't all have access to all the dogs and stuff, right? I mean
you'd
that's a lot of
think,
people, but I get
yes, you'd
wait,
think
sorry, what
so.
year was this? What year was this again?
This was 2016.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking it was like a story from way back when. And I was like, never mind.
No.
There was enough technology in place to like
Yeah, keep
be able to
people.
know who was coming. Yeah, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's England. I don't know exactly where in England this takes place, but like London is monitoring like your face every street
Yeah.
corner. So like I'm
Everywhere
sure
you
this dog
go.
show
Yeah.
is doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
making matters worse at this dog show is that there had already been drama leading up to that year's show because of two things. One,
Mm.
racism. Two,
Ah,
animal
classic.
rights groups. So one, on
Ah,
one hand,
the two other constants in life.
Which, like, we love animal rights here, people.
Yes,
but
yeah. It's just protesters always going to protest,
Exactly. So on the one hand, the racism side, people were upset that at this 125-year-old English dog show, there were so many foreign competitors this year.
Oh, so it went the other way. I was thinking.
It was xenophobic. What you think about dogs?
Yeah. No. I was thinking that people were complaining that there wasn't enough representation in like the owners and trainers. And they're like, no, there's too much.
No, because you were like, oh, animal rights, like a little more, certain leanings. So they want more diversity, maybe. No.
Yeah. No.
These people voted for Brexit.
They're like, cut this shit. I know. Then I thought about it. It's like, 2016. This was only a couple years before Brexit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Rising tides, xenophobia.
Exactly.
Yes. Gotcha, and keep in mind that Jagger was from Belgium. So perhaps foreign owners were competing with this dog.
Got it.
And at one of the I think the arguing about this, there's a lot of like in like the dog show world, like small clubs that like kind of make up like the different dog shows and like kind of different like circuits and stuff. And I guess that at one of the dog clubs leading up to this, the arguing about it got so intense that the police had to be called into like a meeting about a dog show type of thing. And like, should forwarders be able to compete? Wow. And of course, we also had the classic animal rights group who were protesting and rallying troops against the show. And even before that year's dog show, this whole playing dirty at dog shows is not unique to this single incident. One judge quoted in the article, and like this is fucked up. In this Vanity Fair article, a judge talks about how people play dirty at dog shows. What's the shit people will do?
Wow.
They give like other owners or like people will plant this. They give other dogs laxatives. They snip some of their fur in strategic spots so that their looks are fucked up. Sometimes they mess up paws of other dogs' pads so they don't walk properly.
They can't walk, right?
Yeah. They sometimes give dogs sleeping pills so that they're not like up and perky during the show. And I'm like, all right, get Pete in there for this shit. Like,
yeah, I know.
Fine.
It's like so much abuse and cruelty. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, they're right in this case. PETA crack down on these people who are sabotaging.
Twice, right twice a day.
Exactly.
They have their moments.
Yep. Yeah. So, yes. Again, we won't get into like the dog show ethics and shit of dog shows and pet shows.
Yeah, but we kind of somewhat touched on that last time.
Yeah, here and there.
Ish.
But Alexis, at one point, because we're like, oh my God, haha, Scooby-Doo doing like this plot line, and oh, haha, Funky so Phantom doing this plot line.
Yeah.
At one point, 6 German Shepherd puppies who were destined for Crufts were dog-napped from their home, held for ransom, and never recovered.
Wow.
So
never?
Yeah. Dogs actually get dog-napped, like on the dog show circuit.
Were never recovered, and you have to assume. I mean, I'm sure that whoever kidnapped them probably still sold them to someone for a good price.
Either like sold them or just like put them on the street. We'd hope.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, because if you kidnap something, you don't really intend on taking care of it. Your goal is to either ransom it off or like let it die, human or other animal, otherwise. So they either sold it off to whoever would buy it, which could still be an unsavory character, or they just like kick them on the street, or just like let them die. Oh,
I know.
And German Shepherds too. Literally, that's like my favorite dog.
And their ears are just too big for their little heads at that point.
You're impacting the vibes again, Grace. The vibes are. I'm getting sad.
They're not going to get better. I'm going to keep going.
Shit.
But it's okay, because we're going to talk about capitalism next. Because the question...
You're just really trying to piss me off today.
Well, we're not going to totally get into capitalism. But, the question is, like, why would someone want a dog like Jagger dead because a lot of people benefit from him surviving and thriving because capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
His stud fees, so like being able to breed him out, were said to be worth $75,000.
Wow.
And if you have a winning dog,
they call that a stud fee. Oh,
stud fee. Sylvie was calling Fred.
What do they call it for girl dogs? I
wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, the bitch fee?
Interesting.
Like,
yeah, I don't.
Because that's what female dogs are?
I guess, yeah, but it doesn't have the same.
Yeah.
It's not as cool, but okay.
Yeah.
Hey, reclaiming the word, so why not?
Only do so much.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
And if you do have a winning dog, the entire team benefits from the owner to the show exhibitor. So that's the person who goes and actually walks the dog, is usually not the actual owner, I think, to the groomers.
Oh, yeah.
The vets, the trainers, everybody gets more prestige and thus gets more money. So there is a monetary reason of
for sure,
it not being an inside job, because if your dog is gone or can't compete, your entire team loses.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also then monetary reason to ruin someone else's chances, because then your team can win. So this investigation into Jagger goes on and on.
Call him don't actually, we got to respect him. I was gonna say, call him whatever you want, but no, he
serves Jagger.
Sorry. Yes.
So the investigation goes on, and the official report said that the poison was some type of pest killer, and it must have been eaten very shortly before his death. The report says most likely when he was already back in Belgium. Perhaps he ate something on a sidewalk or snuck some type of beef in some other way. I think he took the train back. So perhaps someone dropped something and he just ate trash beef, essentially. Yes. His owners and others of the dog show community were skeptical, believing it was a cover-up by Crufts, who does have some ties, Crufts as a whole, to the royal family. So people aren't really trusting of them there in 2016. But in the end, this case went cold. And depending on who you ask, is still a open cold case to this day, while others say it was closed. He ate some trash, died from eating trash on the ground.
No,
so the mysteries abound.
Yeah, I mean, trash on the ground doesn't typically have pesticides in it.
Wouldn't we hear about a person dying?
Exactly.
Too.
Shouldn't there be some recall on whatever object? And if a beef thing, then
go investigate this beef.
It doesn't just wind up in one piece of a beef treat or whatever. It's oh, that whole factory has been fucked. You guys better shut it down.
Inside of it, not just
so that's sad and unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there is any, I'm sure, at least in America, there's got to be gambling on the outcome of dog shows and all of that, much like horse racing, all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
I know that there's horror stories in the horse breeding world and everything too, and in the horse racing world about just what goes on. Because when people have money on the line, like you said, there's a whole team of people that make money from this, and then even higher up when people have millions on the line in bets and stuff, that's when stuff gets dangerous. That's why I think the NFL is scripted these days. People just bet on everything and they don't. Anyways, that's a whole other
As a total side note on sport betting and stuff, there's this is a plug for a different podcast, but Scamfluencers is a very fun podcast, and it's just about scams. And I just listened to one about a guy who ran this huge international tennis betting scam where he would get kind of not in the major league, but the one step down of people who really want to make it to the majors but haven't yet.
Semi-pro or whatever.
Yeah, semi-pro, where he would with certain players throw games and give them some of the cut of oh, you people are, here's what I don't know how to explain betting things, but like, here's what like the odds are, and
the over
like,
and under.
here are the things you're gonna do to throw the game to make it seem realistic, and you're gonna get a certain cut. And it was like hundreds of people in this like ring with him. So, anyways, trust nothing is what we're saying.
Never, ever. Yeah.
Even a dog show.
Especially.
So, back in Scooby's dog show, which we're also now not trusting because there's a fucking cat monster here.
A giant cat monster and burglars running around. Yeah.
The gang is going to split up to start looking for clues about where the puppies went. And before they do, Meadow, who hadn't left like we assumed, but she kind of like with the crowds like went and hid because like she like stuck around to like be like, okay, like Moonbeam, you're going to enter. We're going to do this. We got it. But obviously the giant cat creature came, so she and Moonbeam like went and hid with all of the hordes of people.
Everyone else. Smart.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But she comes up and says that she found and like grabs a couple pieces from the ground. Like she saw Fred and like the cat fighting and like had grabbed those like tufts of fur that Fred had like ripped out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to do with anything, but it's like very funny because she's like handling it. And there's like, it's like really, like, it's like kind of shiny. And she's like a little ditzy. So she kind of is just like, wow, this is pretty incredible. And Velma rips it out of her hand and says, sorry for ruining the vibe. This is evidence. Velma hates this bitch.
Velma. Yeah. Sheesh.
So,
okay, Velma. She's just mad that she didn't like find the
she
fur.
didn't clock it first. She looks embarrassing me.
The only one whose vibe is being ruined is Velma. Everyone else is just like, who's talking about them?
Thanks. Thanks for your help, Meadow. But yes, at this point, Meadow does do what we say and is like, okay, this is very scary. I'm worried for my tiny creature who this cat could swallow in a second. Goodbye, which is the right choice.
Yeah.
So the gang splits up. And while, of course, Shaggy is like, yeah, let's go get like, or Shaggy is like, I don't want to split up. For the first time ever, Scooby doesn't argue. Our Scooby, quote unquote, doesn't argue about splitting up.
Duh. That's right. I was going to say, because he's a father now. He knows he's got to find his kids. But then I totally forgot that, he's not there anymore.
He's not even there. Yeah. He is with his kids, though.
Yeah.
So, yes, he just nods stoically, our fake Scooby, and walks off towards their assigned spot to search, which is the parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
So in the parking garage, Shaggy keeps trying to talk to our imposter Scooby, who's just grunting and growling at everything. And pretty quickly, Shaggy is like, Scoops, what's wrong with you, man? Like, why are you being so weird right now?
Are you in Scooby-Doo? Yeah.
You're like not chill. So in the garage, something falls loudly, which makes Shaggy jump. And naturally, he holds his arms out to catch Scooby. Yeah. Because Scooby always jumps into his arms when he's scared.
Muscle memory.
Yeah. Muscle memory. But this time, our imposter Scooby doesn't. He just stares at Shaggy, this is the red flag. This is the biggest waving right in his face red flag for Shaggy, who is now very worried about our Scooby. So Shaggy wants to get out of the garage at this point because he's like, something loud fell. That's scary. And also I'm worried about my best friend here. Like, I don't feel safe with you right now. I need everybody else's smarts on this. But our imposter Scooby refuses to leave. So Shaggy is like, okay, I'm feeling desperate. I know what to do. Scooby snacks. My old pal, he'll never want Scooby snacks. So he holds one out and Scooby takes a bite, obviously. Spits it right out. It is disgusting to this imposter. Shaggy is in full SOS emergency panic mode. Yeah, he is unwell at this. Yeah. But before Shaggy can do anything, there's a roar. The cat creature leaps out in front of them, ready to attack.
Course.
Shaggy at this point just scoops fake Scooby up and runs back to the arena because he's just like, nope. This is all too much. So
he still somewhat believes that this is Scooby, but he's just like,
I think
something's wrong with Scooby, or is he just
I think he's
I'm not going to let this dog get hurt.
Terribly wrong with Scooby, and he's not going to let a cat creature attack a dog no matter what.
Okay,
But I don't think he's
gotcha.
like, this has been a replacement yet. He's just like, something is horribly
Okay.
wrong here.
Because I was
So,
thinking, like, if he knows, imagine that realization of like, oh my
well,
God, this isn't my dog. Where is my dog? But
yes,
he
I
might
guess
not know yet.
actually,
Yeah,
no, I
he
think
probably.
you're right. I think he does know.
Uh,
Yeah, so he runs back to the group and we hear the end of their conversation. The rest of the gang, Velma and Daphne, on their separate searches, had both found pieces of burlap sack with golden fur on it. One
mm,
in Chrissy's area, one near the doors. So yes, they're like, okay,
mm.
these dogs were dog napped. Here's a trail. Obviously, some like they got taken maybe in a sack. But yes, Shaggy runs up. It's like dumps Scooby onto the floor, tells everyone what happened, and everyone is like,
Maybe.
this is an imposter. So yes, now the gang puts it all
Yeah.
together,
Okay.
and yeah, Shaggy isn't like, no way. He's like, yes, probably correct.
That would be terrifying though, too. If you're
Yeah,
like, this isn't my dog. Where's my
yeah.
dog?
Where the fuck
Where's
is
my
my
dog?
dog?
Yeah.
And they do assume like, well, he's a responsible father, so he was probably protecting the puppies.
Yes.
So Scooby must have gotten dog napped too.
Hmm.
And speaking of our real Scooby and the puppies, we rejoin them and those two men at the warehouse where all of the dogs have been put into cages, which is very sad. And
Yeah.
one of the men who's clearly like more in charge, he's kind of like more of the muscle. He's getting off the phone with their boss saying they'll wait for the signal and then they'll move again. So clearly this is like just the first hiding spot in this plan.
Mm.
And the other guy in there who's clearly like the gadgety type of guy, he's over like tinkering all the time with little things. Like he's just like playing with his different inventions. He like rigged out some like remote control cars to like, I don't know, be like, yeah, driven like multiple of them at once. And like the guy
Mm.
who's like more of the muscle and in charge is like, put your stupid shit down. Like we gotta
Yeah, what are you doing?
like
I'm
get
playing
these
with
plans
toys.
together. Yeah.
We're in the
Like for
middle of
like
like 30 felonies, dude. So put your
you're playing with
toy
fucking
car
remote control
down.
cars. Put them down, you
Yeah,
nerd.
now.
Yeah,
Really?
like
Yeah.
we need to get ready for this handoff that we're going to do that is
Yeah.
extremely delicate. So as they're distracted arguing, Scooby in his cage notices a screwdriver on a table next to his cage. And he very carefully uses
Hmm.
his tail to grab it and unlock his cage. And then he creeps quietly to the cage with all of the puppies inside. They were kind of separate. And he unlocks their cage too. But they're puppies. They have no concept of this world. So they just
Sit
tumble
there.
out of the cage like the potatoes that they
Oh.
are and start exploring the warehouse.
Oh no. Oh
So
God,
Scooby,
Scooby.
this is his first
Put your
time
father
single
hat on.
parenting.
Yeah. He's like,
He's
oh
always
God,
had
mom's
Chrissy there
trusting me
with
with all
them.
6 of you. I've got to.
I can't
Yeah.
fuck up. This is mom's one night out. She's getting drinks with her girlfriends. I can't fuck this up.
I got to show her that I can do
I
this.
can do this and that she can take breaks. She deserves them.
Yes.
So Scooby is like running around this warehouse as quietly as he can.
Oh.
He scoops one up and it gets away. He scoops another up and it gets away. At one point, he like herds them to a corner, but there's a staircase. So they all go up the stairs in this warehouse. There's a
Hmm.
kitchen. There's cookies. Those puppies start eating all the
Oh
cookies. They're
no.
causing just such adorable little stressful
Just
ass chaos.
chaos. Oh no.
Absolute chaos. But as they're running around upstairs, they find those remote control cars controlled by
Oh.
one remote control that Scooby grabs. And
Oh.
he buckles those puppies right the fuck in those
He's like,
remote
strap them
control
on, strap them
cars.
in. Yeah. Like
Triple
you.
straps them down. There happens to
Yes.
be exactly 6 cars. So yes,
Perfect.
Scooby can now control all of them in one fell
Amazing.
swoop. Yes,
He's like,
without
oh,
having to
technology
carry
that
them.
makes parenting so much easier these days. We
Thank
love
God.
it.
Thank God. So he notices in this warehouse, like because it's obviously a warehouse, like a delivery entrance that has a ramp
Mm.
down. So he creaks open that door and leads all of the puppies in their cars out the warehouse ramp and out this back door to freedom. But
Mhm.
these men have noticed that there were 6 small puppies making a bunch of noises who are now silent.
Yeah,
So like,
destroying everything, and now it's
yeah,
quiet. There's just like a mess everywhere, and
clearly
the
the dogs
cage
are
door is
gone.
open.
Yeah, literally cookie crumbs to follow.
Yeah.
So they jump into their actual car and
Oh,
start
good.
hitting the
Okay.
road trying to find the trail of dogs. Who at this point, Scooby has driven into the nearby woods and into a cave that is nearby as the car
Mm.
passes on like this dirt road kind of
Such a
into the
good
woods.
boy.
I know,
Wait,
no,
was
it's
Scooby
fine.
like running after them, or did he have his own little vehicle
I
too?
can't
How was
remember.
he?
I
Probably
don't
doesn't.
remember what he was doing. But either
Okay.
way,
They
like
probably didn't show it because they were like, ooh, that's how do we,
there's
You
only
know what? We'll
six
just show them they're at the
cars.
cave now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do see it, but I just don't totally remember what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
TBH.
He's
But it
probably
doesn't
just
really
running
matter that
after
much.
them. Yeah.
Yes. But
He's a
in
good
the
boy.
car, these men do have a car phone and they call their boss saying the puppies have escaped. And that they're a little worried because nearby the warehouse and these woods, there is both a railroad track with active trains and a roaring
Mm.
river that this train track crosses hundreds of feet
Um,
beneath. So they're like, where did these puppies
Mayhaps.
tumble
Yeah.
into? And it's helpful that they mentioned the train because we now see that the hiding spot, this cave, is actually a tunnel, a train
Oh,
tunnel
dang. So
that
close, Scooby.
now
So close.
a train
Yeah.
is coming through. So Scooby and the puppies run out directly onto the aforementioned bridge with
Uh-oh.
a train on one side and those 2 dudes on the other side of the bridge who now see
Hmm.
Scooby and the puppies.
The train or the kidnappers? The train or the kidnappers? It's like,
Alexis, you forget the third option.
Oh, or the river.
Scooby scoops those puppies and jumps right off the bridge.
Badass. Nice.
Yep.
He's like, well, I can swim quite well. So here we go,
Yeah.
kids.
Let's
Don't tell your
go.
mother.
Yeah.
I don't want her to leave me.
I don't want her to divorce me.
Yeah.
So, yes, those kidnappers, though, see Scooby and the puppies plunge down into the water.
What a badass, Scooby.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh. This
It's
is like
actually
the bravest he's ever been.
it's like fatherhood changes you, man.
It does. It
The second you
really
see those
changes it.
kids, those brain chemicals just shift and
Your whole life changes. You
you'll
realize
do
it's not
anything
just
for
about
those
you
babies.
anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've heard
It's
so many
more than
people
you,
say
you
that
know.
lately. Yeah. We're at that
So
age. Anyways.
so yes, the men know, they're gonna float down this river. So they start driving through the woods, trying to find sign of where those dogs are gonna all pop up in the river.
Yeah.
But at that point, Mystery Inc. also pulls up in another kind of part of the woods. They had, I guess, been able to find like, more signs of like the burlap sack in the fur, the tire tracks, the warehouse, paw prints, and
Yeah.
little weird remote control car prints, et cetera, et
We're like,
cetera.
not sure what that's about, but we should follow
Exactly.
those.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they also, we learn, found the paw prints of the cat creature in these woods,
Okay.
leaving the arena and following, yes, also into the behind the warehouse and into the woods. And where, of course, as they're pointing out, oh, weird, these paw prints are still here. Of course, the cat creature emerges, starts
Mm,
chasing them, but it does lead them in this chase directly to the bridge and river. That's where they
okay.
find more signs of Scooby, more of their fur, realizing that, yes, they've gone into the river.
Hmm.
And so now it becomes a race to get down the river and snatch the puppies. But of course,
And Scooby.
the men got a head start. So
Yeah.
they're there first as the dogs all flow down river. At this point, Scooby has found like a big log and like pushed all the puppies on top of the log, which is also very cute and so
Oh.
resourceful. Scooby, what a
Yeah, I
good dad.
know. He's smart. Yeah.
So smart. So the men here are like, balancing, kind of, they like hopped out like onto like a rock that's like kind of towards the center of a river, and they're kind of balancing, trying to like, they've got like a burlap sack that they're gonna like scoop the puppies up into is their plan. But Skimmy, he just clotheslines those motherfuckers, knocks them right into the river, grabs the burlap sack from them. And also, interestingly, as the men tumble, one of their phones, like, I guess they do have a cell phone, flies out and kind of lands into the burlap sack as well. And meanwhile, our gang, who's much smarter than those idiot kidnappers, has like daisy chained themselves from a tree out to the shore with water, where they're able to snatch Scooby, who's put all the puppies like, into the sack basically to make it easier to like get them all out. And so
see the context of putting puppies in a sack, it depends on the context, right?
Totally different.
In this case, let's do it. Yeah.
In this case, a hero move. Before, terrifying and traumatizing.
Terrifying, exactly.
Yeah,
a crime.
In general, burlap can have it really depends on context of how you're using burlap. Yeah, good, bad, scary, horrifying. It all
sometimes stylish, depends. Exactly. Fashionable, who knows? Yeah.
All depends on the cut, the cut, the use, the context.
Right.
So Velma notices the phone, and naturally she starts looking in it to try and find like who are the contacts in this perhaps burner phone. And she does notice that there are some recent calls in there. So they return to the arena and lure the cat creature in, because Velma's got some ideas here.
Yeah.
And through a series of shenanigans, mainly the classic tripwire line that the cat trips over, tumbles into things, and gets, piles upon it, they capture the cat creature. Would you like to guess who the cat creature might be before we unmask it?
And unmasking. I'm going to guess.
Do you want me to run through everyone we've met?
Yeah, do that real quick, actually.
Well, we have the two kidnappers.
Yes, there's them who I know they have something to do with it. I don't know if they're under the mask, but I know that they
we did see their faces already.
Creature. Yes.
We have Mr. B. We also met Sylvie. We met Meadow, and we've like met some judges and like a couple other. We've seen other dog owners throughout.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess Mr. B. You never trust a man in a suit who's trying to sell autographs of dogs. They don't even have autographs. Yeah, exactly. I haven't trusted him from the beginning.
From the day when that slick black hair. So as the cat creature gets pinned down in the fall, part of the fur rips off, and we see robotic legs. This is a huge creature, by the way.
Oh, that's true.
You don't remember. Yeah. So Velma gets out the cell phone and calls one of the contacts that she found from a recently called that's saved as boss in all caps.
Okay.
Very subtle.
That might be the kidnapper's boss. Yeah.
Yes. And
the cat man.
A phone on the cat creature, who's also, I guess, part robot because it's so big, starts ringing. And then goes to voicemail. And we hear the voicemail message right as they rip the cat creature off. And we hear the voicemail say, "This is like Meadow. Leave a message."
No way.
And it's Meadow.
What?
And in that moment, the stoic, mean Scooby-Doo imposter runs up to her, and something snags on that fur of the imposter Scooby, ripping off the costume to reveal Moonbeam on robotic stilt legs.
Damn. Okay, where did she get money to get a robotic stilt costume for her dog in addition to herself? Okay, continue.
I guess she knows Shaggy and some of the gang. She's rich too.
They're all rich. Everyone in this show is rich. Yeah, except for Velma. True, right. Yeah. She can't even get a new sweater. Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
I know. That was the biggest twist is Moonbeam's
Yeah.
also a villain.
A villain. Yeah. It's like Meadow,
Yep.
that's one thing, but Moonbeam too?
Yeah, I
Really?
will say she's like
Bring
licking
her into
like
it.
Meadow's face.
She
Like
doesn't
she's
know
like
what's going on.
down to Meadow on the floor. And it's looking at
She's
me.
like, was I good, Mom? Did I do it? Like, she
No.
don't even know what she's doing.
Here's the thing. All dogs are good dogs. Moonbeam's still a good girl.
Yes, she's just being
Meadow's
abused.
the
Yeah, and
villain.
taken advantage
Exactly.
of. Yeah.
Yes. So we learn that Meadow was there to eliminate the competition,
Hmm.
sabotage.
Wow.
And here's the thing that even more so why Meadow's a villain, she clearly didn't even believe in Moonbeam because she arranged this dog napping of these puppies because she wanted the family line of future champions. So they'd always have a better chance of winning the gold with these very fancy dogs of Chrissy, which she clearly doesn't know about the paperwork side of dog shows that she would need to show the pedigree
Yeah.
and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe she's gonna go to America and compete there or some shit. So they wouldn't
Because
know.
I'm confused because imagine her showing up like in a couple of years with these
Yeah.
dogs that are identical to the ones that were stolen
With
very
the
violently.
paperwork for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Or I guess in this case without it, like she wouldn't have the paperwork. Like Mr.
yeah,
B has the
I
paperwork,
guess they would
right?
just forge
So
it. I guess she
I
was just gonna
yeah,
forge
at that
it.
point, if she's going through all of this, like the
Yes,
paperwork is the least of her concerns, but it would
yes.
obviously just be so like eyebrow raising for all of the judges and the
Right. You look
officials. Like
just like
these exact dogs were just stolen a
we
year
have their
ago.
posters everywhere. Have you seen? We've digitally aged these dogs to be the age they are now
Yeah.
when they're competing. We know who these dogs are.
Yeah, digitally age them.
They're on milk cartons across England, or I guess this is in the US.
Yeah, I know, but it's
So,
we can
yeah.
pretend.
Also, if I was Moonbeam, I'd be like, "What the fuck? You didn't believe in me? You had to get other
Yeah.
dogs?
Thanks, Mom. I did
What
so
the?
well
And I
too.
did all
Yeah,
this
this was so
other shit
easy.
for you."
Yeah.
So, anyways, yes, we end
Wow.
with them, I
Screw Meadow.
guess.
Fuck that girl.
Hopefully,
She
yeah, hopefully
sucks.
Moonbeam getting a better home, Meadow being
Yeah.
taken away, Sylvie shooting her shot. She gets right up there and gives Fred a haircut on the spot.
Again.
Very
Oh
intimate,
no.
but it does make him look like a poodle. So now we see why she wasn't allowed to do human hair because she's just bad at it.
They don't get my vision. They don't understand my
It's called
unorthodox
avant-garde. It's
ways.
called avant-garde, kids.
They don't understand my unorthodox ways.
I'll go to Paris and Milan. They'll love me there.
Oh man. Oh,
So,
Sylvie. Simply Sylvie.
yep. And then we end with and then we end with Scooby and the puppies winning the entire dog show because they're heroes, which again would
Scooby-Doo.
suck if you
Oh.
had a dog competing.
Yeah. That's
Just
a
like in
sympathy trophy,
Lost.
not gonna lie. Scooby wasn't even entered in. I'd be so mad if I
Neither
were
were the
the other
puppies.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Like if I were all the other breeders there or trainers, like,
Yeah.
damn, you know how hard I worked and like we withstood all of this
Just so
danger
much
and we
money.
stuck it out just
Yeah.
for the 7 dogs who weren't even entered in
Yes.
the
And I bet
competition to
Chrissy
win.
also won because
Yeah,
she was also traumatized in this. And they're like, and
sure.
she wins again.
And a third one, really?
Yeah. Look at all
God,
these Nepo
I would give
puppies.
up. I would be challenging. Yeah, I'd be challenging those results heavy. Like, I don't
Immediately.
care. Yeah, like I don't care all the trauma that all these parties just went
I
through.
also was traumatized. I was here too. A cat
Yeah,
creature looked at me and it was scary.
look at me. My dog will never recover from this.
Probably.
Really, though,
So,
truly, those dogs are traumatized. Anyways,
Alexis, I
okay,
would like
good
to
ending.
fully end with a question.
Hmm.
Let's talk about how we think our dogs would do in a dog show. How would Reese
Oh,
do?
oh, we talk about this all the time in our household. Are you
Let
kidding
me
me?
hear how
Reese
Reese
would
the
be
Beagle would do.
so bad. Well, first of all, Reese is now 16 years old.
She's
So
in she's in the
old.
AARP category.
She's she's older. She's the oldest person in our oldest member of our family.
Yes.
So but even in her heyday, no. Reese would not, she would not do well. She can't focus. She knows no stranger. So any person, like the judges, they would love her, but not in the way that judges should love show dogs. Like she would just be like
Yeah.
playing with them. She would sit there and then she just does this thing
Oh
where
my
she
God.
collapses on the
Reese's
floor
so
and you just have to
cute.
like rub her. She's just the biggest beagle loaf. So Yeah,
She's a
we're
loaf.
happy that Beagles have won recently at the Kennel Club Dog Show, or
Yes.
the Thanksgiving Day one, because
Yeah.
it's like making her look good because she could never. So
You're making her
how
watch
would
it.
yeah, like Reese, this is how you could be. But no, that's why we love her.
Wow.
I would love to
Adorable.
hear how your dogs would do. I think
Oh,
I
they
already
would
know, but
they'd be blacklisted immediately.
yeah.
Mako, who has like everyone must be my best friend anxiety as like a herding dog mix, would just be howling and shaking because he's so excited. Like we would have to let him off leash and he would run 80 miles an hour saying hello to every
Mhm.
single dog and like probably
Oh,
have like an
that's my boy.
aneurysm of just like excitement.
Oh,
Like he would be
yeah.
uncontrollable in his excitement. And then Diorite, my trauma boy, because they're both rescues. He is the one who's mainly traumatized from his pre-us life and pre-rescue life. He would bite someone for sure.
Mm.
This our sweet baby boy he's also a big loaf. He's gotten into some tussles before with dogs and
Mhm.
humans because he's again full
Keep
of trauma.
protect.
He would definitely get in a dog fight and he would bite someone. But you know what? He would be the best one to have if there was a cat creature monster because Diarite's gonna will throw down. One time a
Yeah.
dog attacked Mako and Diarite threw the fuck down for it. So to
Wow.
protect
It's like, that's
Mako.
my brother,
So
you motherfucker. Yeah.
yeah, that's literally what happened. So yeah,
It's
so if there was
funny
a
that
cat creature, Diarite would win and
yeah.
get a little prize. But if there wasn't a cat creature, we would not be able to walk into this establishment. And I say that, but
You
also
guys would get
everyone,
the sympathy trophy.
yeah, exactly. Our dogs are good dogs. They can go to like breweries and stuff with us. I just have to keep, no one's allowed to pet Diarite, my big dog, and then he's fine.
Hmm.
Which I guess
Yeah.
at a dog show, they don't pet other dogs. So maybe Diarite would do okay, but he's
Yeah.
like, we did the Embark DNA test on him, and he's got like 15 different breeds, so they wouldn't let him enter.
Yeah.
He's like the
They look
farthest
at
thing
him
from a
like, what the fuck?
purebred. Yeah,
Which is why we
exactly.
don't like their ways. But
Exactly. So as long as no one touched
also
him, he would be great.
it's funny that you're like, if there was a cat creature, he would be the one to have around. Because as you were
Yeah.
describing both of your dogs, I was like, the other dogs at any show would see your dogs as the cat creature, like running around going crazy, and they're
Mako would be
often
the cat creature. And
and
then
the
Diarite, yeah,
trained
he would
dogs are
just be
just sitting there
like,
just like
yeah,
like the purebreds are just like, oh my God,
who
these
is
dogs
this? I know. Like,
they're
what are these
chaos.
reactive, traumatized dogs? Yeah. But no, I think they would
But we
be,
love them.
in my heart, they would win first place. Mako would create
Hmm.
chaos. And actually, yeah, I think if no one interacted with Diarite, it would be fine, which I usually ensure nobody interacts with him unless it's under,
Yeah.
at our home.
Strict
Anyways, I feel like I just
guidelines.
made my dogs sound very bad, but they're very good boys. And
Yeah, people that
eh,
watch our YouTube see them in the background all the time. They know that they're good, calm
yeah, they're
boys.
very
They're
good
just,
boys. That made you sound so
yeah,
bad.
they're
I'm
just
sorry, boys.
protected
You
and a
get first
little,
place.
yeah. They have
Yes. You
first
know what?
place in
That's
your heart,
also,
and that's all that
that's,
matters.
I'm just gonna, and you know what? If someone says they have a reactive dog, if someone says you can't pet their dog, just don't pet their dog, including your
Yeah,
kids. Don't
honestly, it's
let kids
simple
run
as
up to
that.
random dogs, you asshole parents who do that.
Yeah,
Anyways, this is now
yeah.
me just defending my dog. They're very good boys, okay?
You just went from saying like how violent they can be to being like stupid kids getting in the way.
That's how I feel. Even though they've never done anything to children, it's only like
No.
adult men that try and touch my dog. So, anyways, so
They learned.
that's it. That's the end.
Amazing. Wow, great
Yes.
job.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
Yet another dog show. It's
Another
amazing how much they
Thanksgiving
come up.
show because it was a dog
Yeah.
show.
Yes. Hey, you know
Yes,
what? It counts. I bet it was fall in the background of this episode too. At least I'm
probably.
gonna imagine that it was, even if it
Yeah, it is
wasn't.
now.
It doesn't matter to
Yep,
me. Yeah.
exactly. So,
Also, in addition to a fall episode, this could also have been appropriate as a Father's Day episode. So, we were just
Scooby
if it
learned
was summer,
the
then
real
that's
lesson.
appropriate too.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, yes,
Amazing.
now next week you have another
Mhm.
fall Thanksgiving-esque
Yes,
episode. And between now and then,
I
who should our listeners and viewers tell about our show?
I think this time you should tell a friend of yours who is just really into like hippie culture and kind of seems like they're a little
Oh,
out there,
I live in fucking
because
Eugene. That's everyone here.
yeah, exactly. So you're
These
good. I'm in
motherfuckers.
DC. Like, good. Wish me luck. I have to go to like West Virginia or something. Anyways, yeah, tell them because, and also like kind of maybe look at them a little harder next time because you think that they're just out there and everything, and like not really, they're into the hippie stuff, or like they're smoking a lot of weed and they're always seeming stoned. But in reality, they actually might be plotting a very horrible felony that is going to bring down the lives of many people. So maybe look at them a little bit closer.
See if they burner phones, like see if they've invested in.
Are they good with robotics? Anything like that.
Yes, amazing.
So
perfect.
The things stoners can do, man, it would surprise you sometimes.
It's incredible.
So who should they tell?
That's why you gotta watch out. I think you should tell someone who's into robotics, just in case it's the same person.
Yeah, it could be. Probably is.
But yeah, there's a lot of people into robotics. There's robotics competitions and stuff. And tell someone who's into them. They're cool. They're pretty impressive, actually. They're a little scary.
I mean, when it's also no doubt.
Yeah,
exactly.
So let them know.
That's a dangerous combination.
Exactly. And we'll see you
hippie and
next
robotics.
Week for another Thanksgiving fall combo episode.
The last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, because I think we have one more on the 30th of November, but I'm starting that as a holiday arc because it's after Thanksgiving. So the holidays.
Fair.
That's the
True.
Christmas
and
winter arc.
Because I don't think we discussed that in the calendar. So it's
no, I already looked at the calendar and said,
Did you?
That's 2 days after Thanksgiving. We're into
one
Christmas
more Thanksgiving arc.
mode.
Oh, well, the holiday is coming to a close, but until then,
not quite yet. So excellent. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.